Might As Well Be Dead is a murder mystery unlike anything that I've seen before. Sure, it has your clues and, mystery characters, inspectors, offices, but it's told in a new, some sort of, let me try and word this as best as I can. It's told by a narrative. One of the play's main characters is our narrator, and we see him as he narrates. Basically, what happens is the background and all the characters around him freeze, and the spotlight shines on him, and he narrates what happened in the minutes following his previous conversation with one of the play's characters. And they did it very well, I must say. It was all. The play mostly took place in his boss's office. It was set in the mid 50s, New York, and he goes, from downtown to Greenwich Village to goes to a couple places in New York, familiar places in New York. It was a must watch, I have to admit. At first I had trouble figuring out exactly how the story was being told, but after I had a conversation with some of the audience members, it all made sense to me. So, yeah, if you ever, that's one thing I recommend for anyone in the theater. If you got lost in a play, you might have to ask some of the guests that are in the theater with you, like, what exactly happened? Trust me, it really helps. Now, I can't really spoil the mystery. That would just ruin everything. Links and tickets will be in the description below, and I hope everyone enjoys this play. What I like about this, sure, the acting was great. It was, for a theater, I found it to be very cinematic. Cinematic acting, well, it's easy. You can just watch every film, every great film on the planet. That to me is what cinematic acting is. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Here's a great example of cinematic acting and theater acting, and that's Philip Seymour Hoffman. He was an actor on the theater mostly, as well as a movie star. He had he just had some sort of there was just some sort of presence about him that I saw in a lot of his films, and I just could tell that he was a theater actor, and he brought a lot of theater acting into the cinema, and that was incredible. And I guess you could say after months and years of being with various different theater companies, I've been in various different theater companies, I kind of picked up on what theater acting is, and that's the kind of acting Philip Seymour Hoffman had. He was really good. And speaking of which, I could picture him being in this play. If he were alive today, he would have been incredible. Anyways, the acting was awesome. The set, basically, they didn't really change much for scene changes. Sure, there were scenes that involved clubs, but all they had to do really was move one portion of the wall in the chief's office away, and the scene changes from an office to a bar. So it was pretty cool how they did some scene changes. And what you're watching is actually what you're looking at is a couple pictures that I took of the set, and as you can see, there wasn't much at all, and that's all that they had to use for scene changes. What they used for scene changes were lights and props. That was it. Just only one bit that they had to change, and that was the office wall to turn it into a bar, But overall, that's all that you need, and I like those kinds of plays where it all just takes place in one room. How will I rate this? Oh, plays are always enjoyable, so I will say it's off the charts. 10 out of 10 movie tickets. If I had the time, I would watch it all over again. It was that enjoyable.